What are you doing, buddy? What it do, Ski? It's your boy, Faley McWhaley, and today, guys, I am so excited. I've been waiting the past whatever few days it's been since I've seen the last episode because it was a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. It was a game changer of an episode. That's how I felt it, and quite honestly, it just was. Season 3, Episode 10 of Stargate SG-1. We are moving on to Season 3, Episode 11. How's it going, everybody? I honestly don't know what to say other than I thought last episode was fantastic. Just for, just like even in the moment, just taking in how, you know, impactful it really was. It's gonna be cool to see how things are gonna start going now, and just, yeah, that's kind of really it. So with that being said, y'all, let's just dive into another episode of Stargate SG-1. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to smack this like button, this like button, that like button, this like button. Links in the description down below if you guys want to join for the full unedited raw reactions, hop in the Discord for the conversations, and more. Oh boy. Yeah. I was actually thinking about it. I woke up this morning, I was like, yo, I'm so amped to watch some Stargate because the last episode was Capital B Bonkers. Yeet. What's popping at the base? What's happening in the storage unit?
Anybody get the feeling these folks don't do a lot of traveling?
Oh, fresh? Brand new in box?
Well, they might not even know what the gate is. I mean,
O'Neill.
Why does that guy look like Mark Tooth a little bit?
It's like an explosion. It was a big one.
hello? You heard us. Is there anyone around here who might be in charge?
Show me your papers.
We don't
Papers?
really have any papers. We're travelers. I'm Daniel. This is Major Carter, and
Who would give you a name like Till?
it was given by my father. Means strength.
You remember your father?
Oh.
Then you could have not been here at the time of the Vorlix.
Vorlix, that doesn't.
I'm
It
getting
was
the
the day
vibe
that
of like
all we
a...
know of ourselves was taken away.
Before that, nothing.
Oh. A little bit more of a tamed intro. I feel like the past, few episodes have been some pretty heavy-hitting intros. Anyway, SG fam, I hope you're doing well. Let's get into some episodes today. The flow Daniel. It's only been like 11 episodes, but the long hair Daniel does seem a little bit off now that I'm so used to the short hair. He was rocking that haircut for a while though. All right, what's popping? Past and present.
Okay.
So you all just woke up one day and didn't know who you were.
My first memory after the Vorlix was of running in the streets.
Seems like some kind of mass amnesia, sir.
I've never before encountered such an occurrence.
All of our elders are missing as well. There are photographs of them in every house.
The children are gone too.
If we ever had children.
You don't know who Kira is.
No.
I'll take them. You go home.
Well, don't expect supper.
Never do.
Kira, there are some people here who want to see
They will
you.
have to wait for the moment, Orner. Those with allergies to foods can't remember them.
Well, it looks like she's going into anaphylactic shock.
Damn.
So I'm guessing you were or are a doctor.
Seems to me that before the Vorlix I helped others.
Damn.
Doctor? No.
Anthropologist.
I'm a doctor of archaeology.
Oh, archaeology, sorry.
I study the past.
You are most welcome
I'm out for
visitor
lunch.
here, Daniel.
They were not here at the time of the Vorlix.
You've done absolutely the right thing in bringing them here, Orner.
This is starting to get a little creepy now. Initially, I was like, oh, this is just like vague. Now it's getting creepy. Also, talk about a mass reboot. My goodness. Everyone got? There's something sketchy here. Like, if it was like a city or, a small, little subgroup or whatever, sure. But everyone? And I was getting the idea. I'm like, oh, this is like sort of like a Brave New World Society or something like that. Or maybe even before the title of Past and Future, I was like, okay, we're in like a warehouse. We got a fresh new DHD device end gate. There's all these like warehouse looking boxes here. I thought this might have been like a weird sort of dystopian future, but who knows? It doesn't seem like
Thank
it. But let's roll with it.
He fervently believes that we are husband and wife. We need not wait until we regain our memories in order to renew our relationship. Perhaps you can
I'm
help
with
us.
you, Carter.
This room has all of the knowledge and research we've been able to recover since the Vorlix. I've spent every waking hour in here, reading, searching.
You seem to have everything under control.
On the contrary, sir, we're falling apart. Industry and agriculture in Vias has come to a halt. You're not from Vias.
What gave us away? Well, you know that big round ring thing you got stashed?
So it is a transportation device. Stargate, yes. Dr. Zervis mentioned that word in his research.
I feel like this could end like in a really crazy twist or
Here,
reveal.
our visitor claims to have come to Vias from beyond the stars themselves.
The part about the visitor again?
She's mentioned many times in the archive. The bodies of an elder woman and man were discovered some days later in a building destroyed by explosion. We deduce the male must have been Dr. Zervis, and the female matches what little description he gave in his notes of the visitor. She calls herself Linea.
Bruh! Isn't, no, wait. Oh, wait.
I've informed Dr. Fraser that we may have located the planet to which Linea escaped.
Yeah,
Possibly.
okay, good.
Sounds like a world-class case of amnesia.
I have amnesia too,
Take these
goddamn.
Yes, sir.
It seems to have had a significant impact on the environment and has since
Wait.
been banned.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm making the mistake here, or if wasn't it Liena? It was from the Prisoners episode, the one who committed the genocide, right? She said Liena, unless she's just pronouncing it a little off, but then by the music indication and Jack's response, so I assumed.
Yes, we had a similar problem on my world with a chemical called DDT.
Although that would make sense since it was like a mass thing, like everybody got, right?
Sometimes the images of people in the archives look familiar to me. I wonder if I knew this person or that person. There are still so many questions. Why are there no images of children? And
Well, I suppose it's possible that your people foresaw a disaster coming and sent the most helpless to safety.
no, Daniel, whatever happened quickly without warning.
How do you know that? Because if you saw a disaster coming, you would have left yourselves a note.
Sir?
I was just thinking about amnesia. It doesn't quite track with Linnea's nickname.
Destroyer of worlds.
Okay, yeah, confirmed.
That one.
Perhaps Linea was experimenting with other ways in which to destroy worlds.
We gave her everything she needed to know about the network of Stargates to go anywhere she wanted. We're responsible, sir.
Yeah,
I know.
that's facts. That is true, guys. This is an hell. You have to help now.
Tell me,
We met her on a visit to another planet during which we were imprisoned.
boy.
It was only after we escaped that we learned that this nice older lady we thought Linea was in fact a very, very bad older lady. She created a plague that almost wiped out an entire people. They called her Destroyer of Worlds.
Damn, it was a dude.
And that's why we're gonna do everything in our power to help.
I know you will.
Okay.
I think it's Linnea's diary. I remember seeing her with it.
Or we could go back with these volunteers, do a series of MRIs, and
I would be glad to volunteer.
All I'm gonna say is, the last time we dealt with Liena, and we brought somebody, what happened? So I'd assume they'd probably be a little hesitant towards that. I don't know, man.
I'll go on back and brief Hammond.
I believe I can help.
I'm sure you can.
I don't know, man. And Daniel's doing his own thing here.
I can't.
Orner, trust these people.
Oh, this is new. This score? I don't think we've heard this.
You all right?
Incredible.
Am I in one piece?
Yes, Orner. One skinny little piece.
Damn. You don't have to come at the man like that.
General Hammond, this is Kira.
Daniel, you want to show him to the infirmary?
What if Dr. Fraser is unable to reverse whatever caused this?
Now, if you look at the blue areas, you'll see that you all have the same identical obstructions in your temporal lobes and hippocampus sections of your brain. So it's possible your old memories are intact, they're just not accessible.
So the memories are just blocked.
Literally, yes.
We need only to find the right medicine to dissolve the residue.
That is much more difficult than it sounds.
Well, then,
So why don't I give you the 50-cent tour?
Yes.
Like, this was already sketchy before Liena was name dropped, just for the vagueness to it. But now that that's been added on, I don't, let's help them and all, but fuck, I don't know. What are we doing here?
Is it morning or night on the surface? May we see for ourselves?
So this is it. It's not much of a view, but it's got all the comforts of...
You've been very kind. Thank you. Since the Vorlich's close contact has become almost taboo, we were
Fam,
afraid
one
You
episode?
would find yourself waking up beside the wrong person.
I understand.
No, you don't. The fact is, I've only just recently lost my wife.
Okay, there you go, Daniel. Good job, buddy.
And right now, I would trust myself completely too well.
He's really got a thing for people from off-world, eh? The Jackson way.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
I had to do that. I had to do it in case when my memory returns, I find myself.
That's probably why I should do this.
The double bubble? I don't know how I felt about that. It felt kind of weird and Anyway, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on?
You were
I saw
looking
them
for me?
lining it up, but
Yes, sir.
I assumed it was just like
I've
for
been
the group to
studying
be like,
Linea's
what the heck?
journals.
What's a bug spray have to do with longevity?
Well, it seems it was having the effect of slowing the aging process. Not in an extreme way, but certainly significant enough. They stopped using it over 20 years ago. It was adversely affecting their fertility rate.
So no kids.
Right. Linnea was trying to enhance the life-extending properties of Dargal to create a sort of...
Done. That's it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm literally gonna stop pausing because I think it's getting obnoxious at this point. However, I thought to myself, I'm like, these few people coming here kind of sketchy. And if I'm Leanna and I get to this place and I want to get back to the SGC somehow, I'm like, maybe that woman with Daniel Jackson was Leanna. I thought the thought came to me for sure, but I'm like, there was no evidence to suggest that she could revert her youth. And lo and behold, what happens right now? That topic's being brought up here. So that could make sense. And whenever the memories come back, she sort of transforms back into Leanna and the others transform into her servants or minions or co-workers, whatever it is, employees. And they fuck shit up again. That would be nuts. But alas, I'm going to stop talking. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's continue.
Trying to make herself young again?
on 2 Vian elders. A male and a female.
Bro.
And
I
that's
should've
where
said
her
it.
journal ends.
She committed to the role.
The Vorlichs, perhaps?
Now, what if there really was a laboratory accident? The entire population becomes young again overnight. Their elders aren't missing, sir. They are the elders.
I wish
The fountain of youth works.
so
The amnesia.
Wait a minute. Linnea is dead, right?
If those 2 bodies that Kira found really were the Vian elders that Linnea was experimenting on,
Don't say it, Carter. Don't, la, la,
sir, she has the... I think we have to at least face the possibility that Kira is Linnea.
Wow. Oh. And now they're pitting Daniel
Linnea's first
Jackson against it.
victim.
Wow.
Kira's DNA is a perfect match with the samples I took from Linnea last year.
So let's just lock her up, throw away the key then. Or better yet,
She used to be Linnea. We're lucky she didn't knock us off the first time.
who would you trust with your life more than anyone else in the world? Could it be Teal'c?
Sure.
Teal'c, just refresh my memory. What was your previous occupation?
I was first primal Apophis.
What are we
Right.
doing?
We see the subtle point you're trying to make.
No, you don't.
What the fuck?
She is not who she used to be.
I know you're not, Daniel.
I think it would be prudent to keep her confined to her quarters and
Is this what we're doing from now on?
What's wrong? We have work to do.
Nothing. There are quarantine procedures that General Hammond is insisting on. You have to stay here a while.
But the effects of the Vorlichs are not contagious.
I know.
Then why?
I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you that more happened during the Vorlichs than just losing your memories. I'll come visit you in a little while, okay?
Is Dr. Fraser still working towards a cure for amnesia?
Yes, she is.
So I can rest assured.
Oh my. There is a distinct lack of optimism in this room.
suffice it to say we don't have that much time.
Unless we get help.
From
We're gonna just keep knocking on doors?
Kira.
Absolutely not.
Sir, but without her latent knowledge of biochemistry, especially of the residual Dargal.
Doctor, you're asking me to allow a known homicidal maniac to work with potentially lethal substances.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Daniel may be right.
No.
amnesia check, destroyer of worlds.
Sir, as long as she doesn't take the antidote that she comes up with.
There won't
No,
be an antidote without
no,
help.
no, guys, you're
so-
getting baited. I get what the conversation you're trying to have here, but it's a ploy. If I'm Leanna, I'm doing it because I know that they're gonna try eventually stumble upon me, right, and then try and fix a mistake. But they're falling right into my hands.
It's all right. They're just going to escort us to the medical lab. I'll be with you the whole time.
Now, be careful, Kira. That could become unstable or even explosive.
She's brilliant.
Yes, she is.
She is so far ahead of us, Daniel. It's frightening.
There is some danger. I would prefer to test it on myself.
Because if it's unsuccessful, we'll need your help to try again.
If it's unsuccessful, Orner may die. I would never forgive myself.
Bruh.
It must be injected directly into the carotid artery.
Let's see what happens if his memories come
How do you
back.
feel? The
he
effect should be
ages.
almost immediate.
Are you recalling anything?
Help me hold him down. He's not breathing. There's no pulse. It's a cold blue.
Wait a minute. He's stabilizing.
Let me get him up. There.
Kira,
Do you remember?
Do you remember what?
I'm sorry.
I believe I know where I miscalculated. May we begin again? But the effect would have been immediate. It did not work. We must try again.
Dude, this is hella sketchy. And Teal'c, you did not deserve that. I'm sorry, right?
Daniel, may we be allowed to speak alone?
Yes.
I don't like this, Daniel.
They believe I'm Linnea.
Yes.
Do you?
The Vorlichs made the population of Vias younger, years younger. You couldn't find the elders because you were the elders. There's a test. It Compares what we call DNA. Proves that you and Linea are the same person.
Well, the test is wrong. I'm not Linea.
No, you're not. You're Kira now. Kira's wonderful. And as long as you remain that person, that will never change.
I would never harm anyone, Daniel. Do you believe me?
Yo, you don't know this
I do.
this person. Daniel, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm not saying the first woman you've fallen for since Share isn't a peach.
Oh my god.
But if she remembers who she is, you'll be the first to go.
Guys, we are approaching spicy hours every episode at this point. Dark Daniel confirmed. This is insane, dude. If this is the trajectory we are on right now.
It's working.
She's a little too good at that. She's a little
Yeah,
too
I think
good.
you're right.
I believe this potency will provide our antidote.
Thank you, Kira. We'll take it from here.
But I can assist you.
Kira,
We should perform the test once more to be sure.
Oh my god, her pushing.
I think it's better if we do this ourselves. Thank you.
May I return later to observe the test?
Bruh. I got a few thoughts about this one, guys.
This time it will work.
He looks
Are you feeling
familiar.
any pain?
Something, not pain.
Yeah, there's quite a few new music in this, new songs in this episode.
Warner, are you all right?
My real name is Nodal. I remember everything. Thank you.
And are we married after all?
No,
These are code words.
I'm afraid I am married to Leal.
And who's that?
You? For 43 years. Before the Vorlix, you and I had not met yet.
I am pleased for you.
You must take the antidote now.
I cannot. They will explain.
Nah, still kind of sus. I get it. I get the fake out.
What will be done with me?
For all that you've done for them, they'll be grateful.
All debts have now been paid.
I'll come back after I've had a chance to speak with your people.
I shall miss you, Daniel.
You've taken the antidote.
Leave Daniel.
Buddy.
You said all debts have now been paid. That was the message Linea left behind.
Yes.
Was it?
Did you take the antidote?
I had to know, Daniel. I didn't believe you. I'm not Kira, am I? I am the murderer that you said I was.
No, you're not.
Now, I only want to harm myself. I don't want you to be here, please.
And you'll have to kill me too because I'm staying.
I am baffled at the moves
Colonel?
Daniel is doing right
A
now.
vial and ampuller missing.
This is madness.
I don't believe that.
You don't understand. There's a part of me that cares for you, Daniel. More than I've cared for anyone I've ever known. But there's this other part of me that would gladly watch you die.
Don't! There's another way, Jack. Move!
There are two people inside of me, and one of them is a monster.
No. Yeah, you're getting clocked, bro.
No, you're not.
You're getting clocked.
But you can be her again. You can forget. All you have to do is forget. Kira, it's all right. You're among friends.
Do you remember anything?
Nothing.
Your name is Kira. You've been a visitor here. Now it's time to go home.
Her memory is gone again.
Kira, these are friends of mine. Teal'c, Jack, General Hammond, Sam.
Do you know me?
We do, Kira. We understand that you've lost your memory. Know that you are a great leader of our people, and you are most welcome.
I sense we knew each other well before my memory was lost. Did we?
No. No, we never really did. Goodbye, Kira.
Holy Hannah. Holy Hannah. That was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1. That one was Season 3, Episode 11, and I gotta say, this one was titled Past and Present. Quite a few thoughts about that episode, but I think I'm gonna come off the top and say... So on one hand, this episode was it was weird. There was something weird about this episode. I don't think it was bad. I actually found quite a few moments great here. I loved the idea of bringing back Linea, but the way that they did it was just so odd. Like, you think they'd bring it back, and it's almost like I don't know if I would say this is the end of her character, because okay, actually, you know what? Let me bring it back. Okay, look. This episode was a weird one for me. I liked quite a bit of it here. The choices of Daniel that he was making just kept taking me by a surprise, because like after the last episode, I'm wondering, like, okay, what's the direction we're really gonna go? And he's really, although this was a commentary on Linea and, you know, her two sides being Kira, I mean, I don't know if this was intentional or not. I'm sure it was to sort of be a commentary on Daniel Jackson as well, right? About forgiving and forgetting or whatever it is, and like other self that he is demonstrating to be, right? This other side of him. So that's sort of how I took it. So I think from that perspective, I really like this episode. I love the tenser beats here. All the team's discomfort here about it being this, you know, homicidal maniac, destroyer of worlds who they've dealt with. Then the whole aspect of them having onus on this because they are responsible for this civilization kind of going to shit. Everyone having this mass amnesia. And I even think that the sort of twists here of it being like, oh, it's actually Linea, this big plot thread from season 2 coming back, but in a much, you know, more passive manner. Something about this really worked, but it didn't at the same time. Yeah, I kind of feel weird about this one. Like, I love the beats with Teal'c and Jack, and Jack sort of like just, and even the camera work here at some points too, for some of those more, I guess, intense Daniel moments. You know what it was actually? Do you know what it was? I think it was, I did not buy, you know, that's what it was. I got it. I just didn't buy into the love element of Kira and Daniel. I think that's the thing that not soured the episode. I think it was a legitimate plot line. I think honestly it's fine, but for myself personally, I didn't love it all too much and I didn't buy into it, and it almost just seemed so jarring. However, I did buy into Daniel's distinct separation from the group, his position on the matter, but the love element being the wedge between him and the group here, I don't know if it wasn't enough, but I didn't buy it. But I can also understand that where he is at as a character right now after the whole Shari incident from the last episode, I would say he's not really well. Or maybe this is just how he's gonna be now. And once we started just having scenes, you know, tenser moments with Daniel back to back to back, this episode just started to get even more engaging. And then I started to warm up to the idea a little bit. Still didn't love it, but yeah, this was an interesting episode of SG-1 here. Guys, what did you think about this one? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. From the like sort of weird opener where it's like very vague, and then once they sort of mentioned that all the elders left, and then we dropped the Linea bomb, then they started giving you more of the breadcrumbs to what the eventual like main plot would be. Wish I had sent it sooner, that would have been amazing. However, I still think this was an interesting watch. Shocking for the way that Daniel's acting. I don't know if this is gonna be how Daniel is just moving forward. This is gonna be a tragic descent. This is gonna be a tragic fucking descent. Like guys, that was Stargate SG-1 season 3 episode 11, y'all. It was interesting the perspectives from this episode, saying like, you know, this isn't who she was, this is who she is. But from my perspective as an audience member watching this, it was just so fucking sketchy. I get that she's a different person now, right? But she is capable of making the thing to revert her back to the destroyer of the worlds, and that's not something that I'm willing to risk, right? Because it will hurt a lot of people and civilizations potentially, right? I interpret it as if I'm Linea. They didn't say it confirmed. They just said there could have been a explosion accidentally on Linea, but I interpreted this as Linea did that shit on purpose just to get to that point where she could get, you know, be freed again and be the destroyer of the worlds and be in an advantageous position, right? So that's how I took it. And with those two, the man and the woman, when they got their memories back, we don't know what the fuck's gonna go on. So I actually think this is gonna be a continuation at some point, but maybe not. This was an interest. I know I say that quite a bit, but this was quite actually an interesting episode here. Well, sorry for all the pausing earlier on, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that was this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.